Let's make sure that I'm able to see all of you. Thank you for joining me once again for our weekly Wednesday Facebook live tutorial. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for joining me on Instagram. I know by me wearing a tank top, I'm going to make some of you super jealous. It's actually very hot here today. Well, actually, it's a nice weather. It's in the mid 70s. So, hey, Sidat, thank you for joining me on Instagram as well. So if you're joining me on Facebook, make sure that you click on the StreamYard link so I can see your name. And for those of you who's joining me the very first time, my name is May Yo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, a multiple six-figure profit event planning company. I am also the founder, event mentor, and coach for events for anyone, where we provide a mentorship program to event planners like you to help you start and grow your event planning company into a multiple six-figure profit business. I think I just have a six-figure entrepreneur join me on Instagram. Hi, Helen. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Long time no see. Hope you're feeling well. Helen is a graduate from our mentorship program, and in less than 2 years, I think the last I checked in with her at the end of 2022, she's like less than 10K away from hitting her first $100,000 while she was recovering from COVID. Talk about tenacity, talk about building a team, talk about putting what she learned into good use. So today we are talking about business, all about business, okay? Hey, let's see who else. Oh, I see a lot of my clients from the mentorship program who graduated here on with me on Instagram. So I know that you are joining me during your lunchtime, so I'm just going to cut to the chase, okay? Hey, Roslyn. Okay, so quite a few of you. If I don't call you out or call out your name, doesn't mean that I don't see you. I do see you, but I do want to teach as well. So don't be shy to say hi to me, my LinkedIn followers, my YouTube followers as well. And if you're on Facebook, if you don't click on the StreamYard link, I can't see your name. So somebody just wave hi to me on Facebook. So make sure you type your name. So today, I want to talk about, do you have the right expectations for your business? Couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of episodes ago, I recorded on my podcast about what it's really like to own a business. Okay, what it's really like, the reality of being a business owner, what is going to make or break you. So if you have not listened to that episode, make sure you go to my podcast to listen to that. It's called the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur, Eventrepreneur, the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur, which is the name of my podcast. So today is like a continuation. Hey, Shalanda, thank you for joining me on Facebook. It's a continuation of that topic. So a lot of, quite a few of you are joining me here on Instagram and some of you on Facebook. So I like to make it a little bit more interactive. Okay. So a lot of you started your event planning business because many people told you that you have a talent, right? That you're so good in planning event, designing event, decorating events. So why not make it into a business and start charging money for it? How many of you actually started a business based on that? From the encouragement of your friends and family, because you do great work. They see that you do great work and they say, why don't you start a business doing that so people can pay you? I would say that majority of you started your business because of that a lot of friends and family told you that, hey, you have the talent, why don't you just start charging money for it? Okay, so you get paid for your passion and you get to do what you love to do, and then you started the business. So in your mind, starting a business is like, okay, now I get to be paid for what I love to do. Sounds fantastic. How many of you started your business that way, with that? Yeah, quite a few of you agree with me. All right, so make sure that you click your name, you type your name on Facebook so I can see your name if you're not clicking on the StreamYard link, right? Quite a few of you started the business because of that. Like, okay, I have the talent, so why not charge money? because everybody told me to. So you have this expectation, okay, starting a business is basically charging for your time, charging for your talent, for your expertise, for what you love to do and what you can do. So a lot of you started your business that way, with this expectation. Okay, let me start my business. And then because I'm so good at what I do, people see that I have got great work. I do great work because everybody say that I do my work, my work really good. So they're going to start paying me, right? So you have this expectation. You go into the business. Okay, now I am charging for my skills. I'm charging for my time. So start paying me, and I'll be able to do your event for you, right? And then what happened? You go into the business, and then, yeah. Did anybody call you to tell you to plan the events? No, you realize that how come? How come everybody told me to start my business, and then how come nobody's paying me? Nobody is paying me for my services. What happened? Right? Everybody said I should do it. What happened? How come nobody's paying me? And then you were thinking that, oh, if I start my business, I tell people that, hey, listen, I actually have a business now, so start booking me, and you think that people will come. Unfortunately, the people are not coming, okay, or not coming fast enough. How many of you feel that pain? That is the very first rude awakening, okay? Very first rude awakening when you started your business. So again, we're going to make this interactive. So share with me, okay? So I like to see some feedback. So that's the very first expectation that just went wrong. Like, what happened? I was expecting people to just call me left, right, center, to book me and pay me to do what they say that I'm very good at. But then nothing happened. What happened there? So first expectation of the business, not realized, okay? Didn't happen the way you think it's going to happen. All right. Then, second expectation, you thought that starting a business is basically just start charging for your talent, right? Start charging for your time. And then you realize at first, how come nobody's calling me fast enough, or have more people calling you so that you can start charging them? So you were thinking, okay, starting a business is a money transaction. Okay, people pay me to do their events. That's a business. Then you realize that, oh my God, I actually have to go register my business. So I actually have to go find out how to legalize my business. I have to actually go and apply for a business license. I have to apply for LLC. What exactly is an LLC? What's a sole proprietorship? What is a corporation? What is a partnership? And then you realize, I have to do all this bookkeeping. I have to know all these numbers. I don't understand all these things. Like, I have to report tax. I have to get a sales tax permit. I have to get a resale tax permit. But like, insurance? What insurance? Why do I have to buy insurance? And then you're faced with the reality of owning a business, the legality part. Oh, now I have to have a contract. So what do you mean? You can't just pay me and then I show up and do the work? So now I have to have a legalized contract that document that, okay, you paid me, and then this is what I'm supposed to do, and they have to sign, and then I have to go chase payment. Oh my God, this is too much. So can you all feel the pain now? Okay, so the expectation is, let me just start my business and start charging my service. Maybe I'll tell some friends and family that I started my business. So maybe they will book me, and then they pay me, and then I go about doing what I love to do, plan events, decorate events. But then you have to do all this legal paperwork, and you don't even know how to go about doing that. This is the second expectation. You didn't know that you have to do that. You just thought that, oh, give me money, I show up, and that's it. Okay? So this is also another rude awakening that, oh my God, I actually have to know all this legal paperwork, and I have to do all that, right? So now, first, you get into the business, you didn't realize that, oh, in your head, you may be thinking, yeah, I need to get all this paperwork. But then when it comes to doing it, you didn't realize that it can get that complicated. You have to do all this research to make sure that you open the bank account correctly with the right bank, Okay, so you don't pay those extra fees, that you have to apply the right license and the permit. Okay, and then to make sure that you file correctly and make sure you pay the fees every year, so you are operate in a legal fashion, and you have to have a contract. So this is another thing that you didn't realize you have to do all of that. Okay, I mean, in your head, you know that, okay, I need to get the paperwork, but you didn't realize that you have to do all those research. And then no customers are coming. So it's like, oh, so I actually have to build the business. Like, I actually have to talk about my business. I actually have to attend networking event. I actually have to attend trade shows. I actually have to show on social media. What are you talking about? I wasn't expecting that. I mean, so many of you have seen my work and you asked me to start a business. How come nobody's booking? Wow, because nobody knows that you actually have a business. So now you actually have to build the pipeline. And this is the part that, this is a part, a big chunk of the business operation that many people didn't realize how difficult it can be. Okay, how difficult it can be. So, you know, my phone is about to die. Hopefully my Instagram people will not just lose me. Make sure that you just come over to Facebook if I somehow the phone shut down. So they didn't realize that I have to build the pipeline. You got to know the skills to build the pipeline. So this is another expectation that you thought that once I build it, they will come. Okay, you have this expectation. Once I started the business, people will come. So why do I have, what is this building the pipeline thing? What does that mean? That could be another expectation here that didn't happen the way you expect it to be. So now you're bombarded with, now I have to legalize all this paperwork. Then, and now I have to build the pipeline. I have to create a social media content calendar. I have to show up on social media. I have to do a website. Oh my God, where am I going to do a website? How am I going to do a website? Which domain should I build my website on? I have to buy a domain, and now I have to go search for a domain, and then I have to make sure that my company name is not taken. Otherwise, I'm infringing a trademark law. And it's like, oh my God, I have all these things. Like, wow, how do people even have a business? Can you feel my pain now? Do you see where I'm going? Okay. So we go into the business bright eye, bushy tail, right? Oh, I can do this. Now I can actually be paid to play, right? I can actually turn my passion to profit. But you don't have the right expectation. What exactly does it mean to turn your passion into profit? So now, okay, you say that, yeah, I can do it. Okay, let me go get my paperwork, and then let me go build my pipeline. Then you got leads coming in. Okay, leads are coming in. And then you got price objection. Okay, price objection. How should I price? How come? Am I pricing myself correctly? Or should I lower my fees? Because everybody say that I'm so expensive. And then there's two scenarios here. Either you price yourself so low, you're getting a lot of business, but then you're working to your bones and not making money. Or you price yourself too high and nobody's booking you, and start asking yourself, am I pricing myself too high? And then you're not getting any business. So now it's like, how am I going to book all these leads? How come I'm not closing all these leads? So another thing to worry about. Okay, another thing to worry about, is my offer correct? Am I offering the right things? So now you start thinking, am I even built out for this? So you get more and more frustrated. Okay, and then you realize that this wasn't what I signed up for. This wasn't what I signed up for when I said I wanted to start a business. I want to start a business. You thought that when you start a business, you just start collecting money and then you get to do what you love, plan events, correct? You didn't realize that a lot of your time, I would say 75% to 80% of your time, is actually building the business. You thought that it's 80% doing events and 20% doing the business instead of the reverse. So let's be honest here. How many of you have actually had that type of expectation when you started your business? Don't be shy, because I know, okay, I know that you probably have this impression or this expectation when you started your business, where everybody tells you that, oh, start charging. You're so good at this. You have no idea how much time is actually used to build the business versus actually planning an event. So, and that's the reason why I do all these workshops, right? Virtual workshop, in-person workshop, to fully educate you. So I see all these hearts and emojis coming up. So now, can you relate? Can you relate to that? And then you realize that, okay, yes, we are, okay. Yes, you can actually watch this replay on my Instagram and go to the Reels portion and you'll be able to see this. So anyways, and then you realize that, oh my God, am I cut out for this? And then you realize that, no, I am no longer interested. I'm no longer interested to do this as a business. I don't even know if I want to plan events anymore, because you just lost hope. You lost your motivation to want to do this thing that you say you love to do. Okay. And you don't know whether did you lose your why? Did you lose your passion? All in all, what I'm trying to tell you here is, no, do not lose your passion. Okay. Do not lose your passion in what you do. Your passion for planning events, your passion for designing events, okay? All those things, it's you, it's your calling. You need to continue to do it. But if you do not have the right expectation when you go into business, okay? When I say the right expectation is, if you do not have an idea what it takes to build a business, and then you go in because you take the leap of faith to start the business, right? You take the leap of faith to start the business, and then you go in and you get discouraged because, like, I don't know how to do all those things, right? I don't know where to go apply for my license. I don't know which corporation I should register myself under. I don't know where to apply for my permits. And I don't know what kind of offers to create. I don't know how to price my offers. I don't know how to overcome price objection. I don't know how to build a website. I don't know how to create a social media content calendar. And where am I going to find all this time to do all these things I need to do now that I have a business? So there's so many I don't knows, confusions, overwhelming emotions. How many of you can relate to that? Okay. So now, what I'm trying to share here today is your expectation of yourself to learn how to run a business may not be realistic. Your expectation of how much money that you can make in your business may not be realistic. It's just like if it's like you're learning a brand new skills, especially for those of you who haven't had a business before, okay? Haven't ran a business before, haven't owned a business before, then how can you expect yourself to learn all these business fundamental skills in a short period of time? What I hear a lot inside my program, inside my mentorship program is, wow, a lot of things takes longer than I expect myself to take to actually do it. It takes me 1 whole hour to just do a Canva graphic. It takes me like a month, 2 months to actually do a website. So my question to you is, who gave you the timeline that you need to accomplish this task by a certain date? Where did you get this timeline from? How can you expect yourself to do something that you have never done before, that you have never learned before, neither do you have the skills to do, and you expect yourself to do it within a day, within a month, to run a business successfully and make a lot of money within 3 months? Who gave you that timeline? Who told you that lie? I want to know. So when you are feeling discouraged, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you have the right expectation? Do you have the right expectation to expect yourself to learn how to build a website by yourself? Do you have the right expectation to expect yourself to learn how to create a social media content calendar in 1 hour? Where did you get the expectation from? Where did you get that measuring stick from? Who are you measuring against yourself with? Who told you you can do it within this period of time? When we are learning a brand new skill, okay, building a business is a constant evolution. It's a constant learning process. Even for me, in April, M2 Hospitality will be 11th year in business. And in July, events for any year, for anyone will be 3 years in business. It still takes me time to learn how to do certain things, right? When I learn a new platform, okay, a CRM, it takes me like 6 months to learn how to use that platform. It took me to learn Canva, right? Like a month, all right? So if you start beating yourself up that, oh my God, I'm not cut out for this, I might as well just don't do this business anymore. Don't be discouraged because you're being so hard on yourself. You have no idea how long things take. When you have no idea how long things take, how can you measure yourself based on something that is an unknown? So when the only way, okay, and I'm saying it from my own experience, the only way you can audit your progress is to have something to go back for reference, okay? If let's say you're creating a social media content calendar, which is probably the biggest challenge for all of you. So if you're creating a social media content calendar and the very first time you're doing it, it takes you like 5 days to do it because you don't know where to find the content. You don't know how to actually do a post. You don't know how to do the graphic from Canva. You don't know how to actually schedule the post. It takes you 5 days to learn the platform. It takes you 5 days to actually learn how to, the technical skills to do all that, the technical skills on the computer. It takes you 5 days. You've done it the very first time. Now, the second time you do it, right? Now you have more experience. You have the knowledge, okay? It's probably going to take you 4.5 days. The third time you do it, it's going to probably take you 4 days. The fourth time you do it, it's probably going to take you 3.5 days. So now you have the right expectation because now you have something to measure yourself against. But if you don't have anything to measure yourself against, how can you expect yourself and your business to grow at an unrealistic pace? Because you have no idea what you're doing. So even if you're learning from somebody, learning from me or any coaches that you decide to invest yourself, okay, in, or you buy a course, you still need time to learn. It's just like teaching a kid, okay, how to ride a bike. So if we teach a child, right, how to ride a bike, they learn the skills, right? Do you immediately expect them to go full speed and ride 5 miles? No, they're probably going to fall a few times. So why would you have this kind of expectation for yourself that in your business, you're going to make $1 million in 2 years? You're going to make 6 figures in 1 year. You're going to make, you're going to make $10,000 in a month. How? This is a brand new skill that you're learning, building the business, that you have never done it before. Where did you get that expectation from? That's my question to you. Okay. So, you guys are pretty quiet. So share with me where. Like the social media told you, or whoever you're following told you that, oh, you have the passion, you can charge a lot of money for it, and you can make a lot of money in your first month. Is that what social media has been lying to you? Well, this year, I vow to be the truth teller. I'm telling you the truth. It doesn't happen that way, okay? The only way that you can change your expectation or adjust your expectation is to take action. That's when you can start auditing yourself. That's when you can tell yourself, at the end of the day, I want you to give yourself grace. I want you to tell yourself that this is a brand new skill that I'm learning. This is the brand new skills that I am learning how to build a social media content calendar. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to build a website. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to actually market my business in a networking event. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to talk to potential clients and try to close them. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to create a style shoot. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to overcome price objection. Okay, everything is brand new. This is the brand new skill that I'm learning how to look at financial numbers if I'm making money. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to calculate my hourly rate. This is a brand new skill that I'm learning how to overcome my self-limiting belief that I can actually charge what I want to charge. So everything is brand new, right? If everything is brand new, Do you expect a child, if they're learning a brand new skill, to perfect the skill in a short period of time, in a matter of months? No. So why should you do that to yourself, right? So give yourself some love, okay? Give yourself some grace that everything takes time, okay? Everything takes time. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs, okay, not just in the event planning field, entrepreneurs that who lose their patience and say that, you know what, I give up. This is too much for me. And when that happens, it's because they didn't have the right expectation for themselves and for their business. If you have the right expectation, then you take action. You give yourself grace. And then now you take action. You now have a timeline and results to audit yourself. Then you adjust. And then your expectation become more and more and more realistic. Okay? That's what I want you to take away. Okay? I want you to take away that start looking at your business right now and ask yourself, is your expectation realistic? When you say that you want to show up on social media and do ABC, XYZ, create a video, show up 10 times a day, show up 3 times a week, is it realistic when your schedule may not allow for that? Okay, you do not have the skill set to do that. Is it realistic? If you don't have all these skills nor have the time, how can you do that? So there needs to be a plan, and you need to stick to the plan and be patient and carry out the plan. So at the end of the day, I want you to reward yourself for action goals, okay? Not achievement goals. I want you to reward yourself based on your action. Did I take this action? So let me reward myself when I take an action goal that is a realistic expectation, okay? All right? So now, before I go, I want to, again, share with all of you that our in-person event is March 4th. A lot of you said that you couldn't come because it's a very short notice. Actually, I start promoting it in January already. But if you couldn't do it because of a schedule conflict, do know that we have a virtual option. The virtual option is $297. The in-person is $697. So just know that there's always a recording you can go back and reference to. What will we be teaching? The fundamental, your business plan, vision, mission, what offers to create, who's going to buy those offers, how to attract these people, how should you price your offers, all right, how to show up authentically on your social media, how to create sustainability on your marketing plan, how do you price yourself so that you will not have self-limiting belief creeping in, that you can overcome price objection, all right, and also your CEO schedule. How are you going to fit all these things into your schedule so that you can actually show up to do the work and have a realistic expectation of your business? So this, we're just looking at some venues. Most likely we are going to be at Miami, not Fort Lauderdale. Okay, I secure a venue in Miami, but if we have a lot more people show up, I probably have to switch the venue. So if this is something that you want to do, if you love my teaching virtually, you're going to love my teaching in person. So if you can't join me in person, join me virtually. It's $297. Send me a message if you want to buy the ticket, or send your concierge a message, and then we'll send you all the information. If not, join me in person. It's going to be fun, and you're going to learn a lot. You have an action plan after you leave the event. It's not just talk only, okay? And there's also hot seat coaching. So if this is something you want to do, make sure that you reach out to your concierge, reach out to me. We'll send you the link to attend this in-person event. Hopefully today's session gives you the right expectation for your business, and stop beating yourself up, okay? And stop telling yourself you're not made for this. That's not true. You are made to do whatever you think you can do. Just make sure that you give yourself grace. Make sure that you have the right expectation, okay? Thank you so much, everybody, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye.